Hey guys, Gary with Lacrosse, and today I've got a update video and some dies that I've just done. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you would have already seen some of these heads. I've already put them up on Instagram. A couple weeks ago, Shane Whittle from Inside Lacrosse had contacted me, said he was wondering about getting some dies done. So he had some ideas that he wanted, so he went and sent me the heads. So let's go ahead and get with them. The first one is on a Brian Roughneck. This one is probably one of my more favorite ones, just because I'm a fan of the comic book character itself, and that is Superman. This one, it's more of a plain die. More of the focus is on the actual logo itself. I had a lot of ideas when I was doing it on what I was going to do, and it just, to me, I decided against it. I decided to go with something more clean, just because Superman he's not a very flashy, not out there trying to be a rock star or anything like that. So he's a very plain, clean kind of person, or character or whatever. So that's what I wanted to go with. So I just did the royal blue, all the way down with the Superman logo in the center, and that's what I wanted the main focus to be on, was just that. So it would actually just pop out. So it would catch your eye. Just to spice it up a little bit, what I ended up doing was ghosting the Superman logo down at the bottom where the ball stop would go. I don't think he's playing with this. I think the only one that he's going to be using is the Blade Pro, and I think these ones are actually just going to go on a shelf from what I remember him saying in the email. So there's that one. The next one seems to be almost everybody's favorite, and was probably the biggest pain in the butt die for me to do, and that would be the Blade Pro high school version Spiderman die. This one was mashed about 4 to 5 times. It just when you lay the spider web on, if it didn't sit right, there was no trying to peel it back off, because the vinyl automatically adheres to it, and then it just wouldn't. You couldn't just peel it off. So I had to redo it a couple of times, and until I finally got it where I wanted it. And this wasn't something that a lot of times I can go in and try to find images and stuff online, and then try to turn it into a stencil and stuff like that. A lot of times I do have to go in and actually physically design it. And this was one of those things that I had to actually go in and design the entire web pattern. It was based, I did the web pattern off of the Spider-Man suit from the movies. It was very clean looking, so that's what I ended up going with. And the curvature of the head made it more difficult to lay on. Normally I can try to lay it on and then it'll wrap around and come all the way down. Well, with the curvature of the head and the way that it sets, like how it recesses back in here, just wouldn't allow it, so I had to come out and make 2 different graphs to put onto it. So I have the one that goes onto the top, and then it stops right around here, and then I had to make another one to put on the inside, so that way it kept with the line of the head a little bit, and then pretty much it goes all the way down, so there's no seam right here. It's all just clean all the way through, all the way up. And then when it goes to here, I had to join them all together and try to blend it better, so that way it would look like it was part of the suit itself. So this is, like I said, one of more people's favorites. There was a lot of comments about it, people wanting to buy the vinyl. And I don't sell vinyl decals. It's too much of a hassle doing it. It's too much of a hassle trying to get people to give me the measurements that I need, and then they give me the wrong measurements, and then it doesn't come out right. Then they get mad, and then I got to spend hours in an email trying to explain to them how to actually do everything. So it's just not something that I really do. So the next one is done on a Viper 2, and I had some ideas kicking around with this, and then when he told me what he wanted and everything, and then I pitched him an idea, and he liked it, and I thought it went well. So this one's on the Viper 2, and the pictures were just posted recently on Instagram also, and it is a half Maryland, half Hopkins die. So it's just the one I called on Instagram. I call it the Bipolar head, because it doesn't know which team to root for. So it's done with the normal Maryland flag on the one side, and if it fades down, goes into the turtle shell, the ghosted turtle shell. And then initially I had plans to where I was actually going to put the detail and full coloring of the Hopkins wing on this side, but I had decided against it only because, let's see, there's the imperfection in the plastic, so that makes it, I hate when they do that, especially on the older heads. It's more prevalent. You can see the imperfections. So what I ended up doing was I put the Blue Jays wing going down on the inside. I wanted to keep up with the same theme on this side as this side as far as being ghosted, and I thought it would actually tie the head in better. I didn't want it to be focused more on one side than the other. So it went with the other side's the Carolina blue and white, cross with the Carolina blue and black checker portion of the flag. So these are getting mailed out hopefully tomorrow. I got to work my PM shift, so it's trying to get to the post office in time before I can go to work. So hopefully I can get these out tomorrow to him. So hopefully everybody likes this. And as far as like an update, if you guys follow me on Instagram, you've already seen I had gotten my Ghost 7 in from Tribe 7, and because I've been trying to find another face-off head, since apparently right now the blades are not in stock anywhere, because I guess they're redoing them. And so I got mine in, had to spice it up a little bit. So here's mine, and I did kind of like the Grunt Lacrosse colors that I have on my normal logo. You can see, there you go. You can see the flagging there. Did the my little skull logo there, Grunt going down, black faded down to it's like a Kelly /Forest green. So it turned out real well. Got the Grunt Lacrosse on the back, along with my little logos there. There was a lot of comments, people wanting to know how I strung this. A lot of people thought that I drilled a hole in the sidewall, and I didn't. What I did was when you come in, unlike a normal string and you start from one side and go to the other, what I did was start from the center and then work my way out. And then once I got here, you come around and you just wrap it a couple of times, bring the string back up, bring it down through your wraps, pull it nice and tight so it locks into itself, and then bring it through some mesh, and then go through your first sidewall hole that you have here, tie it off, and you do that on both sides. I'm going to end up restringing this one just because I want to, and I'm going to work on another formula that'll be more face-off specific, to be even, it'll still be waxy, but it'll be a whole lot softer. So it'll be kind of like almost like a soft mesh, just it'll be like a very limited wax that's going to be into it. It'll make the wax a lot softer. And I'm going to work with that before I actually start to sell it or anything, or offer it to anybody. But once I get that in, I'll do a string tutorial on how I did this, because I guess a lot of people like it. I tried doing the East Coast Dies top string that they did on theirs, which is that like the Iroquois style top string. I wasn't a fan of it. I'm not a really big fan of the Iroquois top string. I tried that Chenango top string. I didn't like that either. So I decided I was going to try to figure out how to do this, and since I have a knowledge of knots when it comes to being in the military and constantly working with strings, tying things off and stuff like that, I just used a basic knot and to bring it down through to lock it in, and it's not sliding anywhere. I mean, it's staying where it's at. The string is biting down on itself. So like I said, once I get my new mesh formula done for face-offs, then I'll do a stringing tutorial on it. So far I've been working a lot with this one, doing practices and stuff with it, and I really like it. It's extremely flexible. I mean, you can turn it over on itself and it springs right back. So kind of it reminds me of like the blade, how everybody, they can twist it up and all that stuff. And it's the same thing. I mean, you can turn this thing in, it just bounces right back. So far I like it. Haven't actually got to do a face-off against somebody with it, so I don't know how it's going to act when I go to clamp and they try to jam me, or if they try to lift it up, if it's going to twist over on itself. A lot of people say they like it. A lot of people say that they don't like it because they've had them and they've snapped. I know with Tribe 7, I've already talked to Rob. As far as dyeing them, doesn't void the warranty, unlike the rest of the lacrosse companies. Doing face-offs with it and stuff like that, it's not going to void the warranty. And his return policy is to just send the head back to him. Just don't cry about it. Don't complain about it. Just send it back to him if it snaps, and then he'll replace it. Or if you buy it, you don't like it, just send it back and close a letter letting them know that you didn't really like it and you just like a refund back. So that's it, guys. Hopefully you like the video. If you do, make sure you like it. Comment down below. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe, and make sure you follow me on Instagram and Facebook, and I'm a little bit on Twitter. Instagram has kind of turned into more, I guess, the popular thing than Twitter, so I try to post a little bit on Twitter, but most of my stuff I pop it right on Instagram, and then I come down into it or try to do a video. So that's it. Like I said, subscribe, like, comment, and have a good one.